Because the nine-tailed fox and the present-day sage's place of seclusion is always frequented by cultivators, it troubles the sage. The sage asked us to find a solution. We will drive away these people. Old Man knew right away that this was not simple. Let's handle this matter. And what about the second issue? Sage loves the 1,000-year mystic ice liquid. Disciple promised to let him stay full, and Old Man sprayed a burst of fresh blood again. Seeing Master's appearance, Madison couldn't help but feel scared. Master, are you angry? Old Man had a gloomy expression at this moment. You have all this energy. Why didn't you just carry the entire mystic ice over there? Madison was frightened and kept backing away. But Old Man's changing expression is faster than flipping through a book. Immediately he said, "Oh yeah, I should carry the whole thing over." He calculated while thinking to himself, I, who have lived for 3,000 years, can meet such outstanding individuals and have mystic eyes take a liking to me. This is truly a heaven-sent opportunity. I am about to prosper. There's no time to delay. Let's go and implement Sage's instructions. Master, you are wise. In order to help Nathan drive away those cultivators, Brooks and Lincian Tao Palace Master Kai teamed up to stage a big show. In the presence of all the onlookers, Kai directly captured the nine-tailed fox. Brooks then said in the crowd, "Fortuitous encounter has been lost. It's better to leave now. I'll go back." So the tree fell and the monkeys scattered, and all the passers-by left. At night, Madison led all the disciples of Lincian Tao Palace to clean up the melon peels and paper scraps on the ground. She also complained that these cultivators really lack manners, throwing trash around everywhere on the ground. This is the sage's backyard, after all. At this point, Brooks asked, "What was the situation with the nine-tailed fox that Kai encountered during the day?" Little did they know, it was actually a spell cast by Kai, just a playful trick for children. Brooks, upon realizing this, immediately started to flatter and praise Kai. Madison then said, "Master, although the wandering cultivators have dispersed and dare not trouble us anymore, there is still one person. He has been pursuing the Fox clan for hundreds of years, seeking to devour the divine fox to enhance his cultivation achievements. His strength is profound and unpredictable. This person is unlikely to give up easily. Are you saying?" Master guessed right. It is indeed the Silver Moon Demon King. And at this moment, the Silver Moon Demon King is sitting on a certain mountain top. He is getting angry for not being able to find the nine-tailed fox. At this moment, a lesser demon came to report that the nine-tailed fox has been found, but was taken away by the people from Lincian Tao Palace. The Silver Moon Demon King was furious, asking why Lincian Tao Palace could find them, but you couldn't. Don't you all need to live in the world anymore? The lesser demon immediately started shivering. It trembled slightly and said, "We found the sister of the nine-tailed fox, a six-tailed fox. That still counts as somewhat useful for you." After saying that, he laughed heartily several times. He flew towards the location of the six-tailed fox in an instant. And at this moment, the six-tailed fox. She is being chased and attacked by a group of demons. The clueless little six-tailed fox can only run for her life. At this moment, the Silver Moon Demon King rushed over. He unexpectedly discovered that the little six-tailed fox was condensing the seventh tail, which greatly excited the Silver Moon Demon King. These two foxes do have secrets hidden within them. One fox only took 3 years to transition from a seven-tailed to a nine-tailed fox, while the other one is also about to grow into a seven-tail. If I can catch them and uncover the secrets within their bodies, I will soon be on my way to becoming an immortal. Just as the young six-tailed fox was desperately trying to escape, the Silver Moon Demon King suddenly appeared in front of her. He directly unleashed a powerful attack. The little six-tailed fox can only close its eyes and accept its fate. At that moment, a golden light appeared in front of her and blocked the strike. She looked up and saw that it was Madison. "You should leave quickly." The small six-tailed fox didn't hesitate and immediately turned around to run. The Silver Moon Demon King looked at the two people in front of him, ruining his plans. He angrily roared and launched a series of attacks. He was dispersed by a wave of Kai's hand. "Shoo, be quiet. Sage might be taking a nap." Perceiving that the newcomer is remarkable, the Silver Moon Demon King asked, "Who are you exactly?" "I, Lincian Tao Palace, am here to eliminate demons on behalf of others." Silver Moon Demon King is mocking Kai? Ever since the Divine Heart loot was damaged, cultivation has become hopeless. You are so scared that you dare not even step out of your door, outwardly claiming to be in secluded cultivation for hundreds of years. People think you are cultivating with a pure and simple heart, but we demons all know that you are just being cowardly. Madison playfully said, "Oh, I didn't expect to be found out." Kai then cleared his throat twice to ease the awkwardness. "No need for small talk. Let's settle this. If I don't take you out today, there is no point in living." "Good. I'll risk my life to get that nine-tailed fox." The two of them immediately started fighting. At a critical moment, Kai swiftly summoned the Divine Heart loot and instantly pierced through several mountain peaks with it, defeating the Great Eagle. Madison quickly reminded SwordMaster to be more careful with his movements and not to disturb Sage. "Oh my, I almost forgot." At this moment, Great Eagle climbed up in shock and said, "How can it be restored without the enlightenment of the Tao Bamboo Divine Heart loot?" Kai suddenly realized something. It turns out that everything is within Sage's calculations. The enlightenment of the Tao Bamboo bestowed upon me by Sage is to help me slay this wicked demon. This is a fortuitous encounter. What a huge fortuitous encounter. I had long become a pawn of the Sage. Great Eagle saw that it couldn't prevail. He only heard him say, "Kai, if you do not become my enemy, I will tell you a huge secret. You know that the nine-tailed fox you took away was a seven-tailed fox just 3 years ago. She transformed into a nine-tailed fox within 3 years and successfully crossed the tribulation. It must have encountered a huge fortuitous encounter. If we together uncover the secrets within this, becoming immortals will be just around the corner." Madison at this time leaned close to her master's ear and whispered quietly, "This huge fortuitous encounter must be Nathan." Just as Great Eagle was about to continue persuading Kai to return. But he suddenly found that the two of them were looking at him with a pair of sympathetic eyes. Only to hear Kai sympathetically said, "Such a big secret, is that all?" Great Eagle was so angry that his eyes turned red. "Enough. Kai, we have always been at peace. Not only did you take what is mine, but you also beat me and humiliated me. If I don't seek revenge for this, I don't deserve to be called the Demon King." Just when Kai thought that the Great Eagle was going to fight to the death against him, he just saw the Great Eagle say, "I will come back," and then whoosh, he escaped. Kai didn't say a word and just watched. He went straight to chase after him. As the Great Eagle was flying frantically along the way, suddenly, a dog blocked the road ahead, almost causing a collision. This dog was Nathan's Blackie. They locked eyes for a moment. Great Eagle was furious. "Where did this stupid dog come from? Almost ran into me. Get lost now." Blackie calmly said, "Little demon, destroy your demon core yourself, then I won't take action." Great Eagle's eyes widened suddenly. Then he laughed. "What a disgrace to be bullied by a mere mutt when I have fallen so low as to escape for my life. You're lucky this time. This Demon King doesn't have time to tangle with you." Great Eagle had just planned to leave when he heard some movement behind him. He turned back, ready to teach a lesson. As a result, he was dumbfounded. Only to see Blackie emit a towering momentum, Great Eagle asked fearfully, Who are you exactly?" "I'm just a regular guard dog." Then he saw a huge lightning bolt strike from the sky, which scared the two people who were chasing from behind. Just as the two were about to sneak away, Blackie arrived behind them. "Hey, you two. You both saw it, right?" Kai, this cowardly guy, immediately knelt down on the ground and shouted for mercy from the Dog Lord. I'm a dog lover. Just listen to Blackie saying, I know you are Master's guests. You understand Master's rules, right? At this moment, Madison suddenly remembered that this dog is actually raised by Nathan. She immediately nodded vigorously like a pecking chicken. I understand the rules. All right. Remember this. I'm just a mutt who's good at hunting. That eagle is just an ordinary mountain eagle that happened to be found by me. Kai immediately said, Understood, understood. Master Dog is truly the world's #1 hunting dog with remarkable skills. We admire you. At this moment, a rustling sound came from the nearby jungle. Nathan was out hunting in the mountains. He suddenly saw a lightning strike hitting a mountain peak. Nathan was greatly shocked. My goodness. He quickly ran over there. When Nathan ran to the mountaintop crying, he found Blackie was fine, and together with Madison. He thought they saved Blackie, and he excitedly kept thanking them. Madison then introduced her master to Nathan. Nathan suddenly noticed the great eagle behind Blackie. He exclaimed happily, What a big eagle! Blackie, you're awesome! Afterward, Nathan invited the two to his house as guests. Kai secretly rejoiced, as expected. Once he had defeated the Silver Moon Demon King, his fortuitous encounter came. On the way, Kai flattered Nathan. This made Nathan very happy and pleased. He suddenly noticed that the bow and arrows behind Nathan were made by enlightenment of the Tao bamboo. Even the bow in his hand is made by them. His little heart almost couldn't take it. He cried and said he really wanted to pick up trash with Nathan. Once they got back home, Nathan shouted excitedly, Nova! Nova! When they just returned home. She was about to ask about the hunting results for the day when she saw the Silver Moon Demon King on Nathan's shoulder, her eyes nearly popping out. Nathan hugged Blackie and said it was all thanks to Blackie's credit, asking her to praise it. Nova awkwardly touched Blackie's head and turned on the in-game voice chat mode. She asked in shock what was going on. But I said I was just passing by and killed you on a whim. Do you believe that? In the end, the two reached an agreement that they couldn't let Master become suspicious. Looking at the still-dazed Nova Nathan, he asked, Are you unhappy? Nova immediately exclaimed excitedly, It's just my first time seeing such a large golden eagle. I'm a bit surprised. I bet this eagle must be very tasty. Let's cook it later and try it out. Seeing that they were actually going to eat the Silver Moon Demon King Kai, both of them were stunned. At this moment, Kai said to Nathan, Madison told me that you like a food called jelly. I specially brought some for you today. Nathan was overjoyed upon hearing this. However, this item is not small and needs a place to be stored. This is easily resolved. Nathan was seen going to the backyard and digging up all the plants and flowers on the ground. Kai and the two saw this spiritual herb and decided to dig it up without hesitation, which broke their hearts. Then Kai waved his right hand, and a huge block of ice appeared in front of them. Wow! Nathan was so excited. I thought it was a machine that produces jelly. What's this? Only to hear Kai explain that jelly is produced from this material. This mountain is called the Millennium Mystic Ice. Unfortunately, it takes 10 years to produce a piece of jelly. However, before he could finish his words, a scene in front of him made Kai spray blood directly. His whole body just cracked open, licking this 1,000-year mystic ice by himself for thousands of years. It took 10 years for it to give him a drop. But once it arrives at Nathan, it immediately becomes a simp who follows him without question. It immediately transforms into a fountain and sprays wildly. Nathan then felt embarrassed and said, You not only saved Blackie, but also brought me such a heavy gift. Is there anything I can do to repay you? I am just a mortal, and there are not many valuable things in my house. If you don't mind, just tell me what you want directly. But they thought that this was a test that the sage had set for himself. If they falsely claim that they have no desires, they will surely be seen through by the sage. If their hearts are not genuine, but if they directly express their desires, it will reveal a greedy appearance. A little carelessness will result in missing the fortuitous encounter altogether. Now Kai is really in a difficult situation. It wasn't until a long time later that Kai nervously said, "To be honest, a long-lost ancient lute was damaged for a long time. Thanks to Nathan's gift of the enlightenment of the Tao bamboo to Madison, it can now be repaired. I will never forget such kindness. Giving back a small token of appreciation is what I should do." Kai said those words with a heartache that was truly heartbreaking. Nathan was deeply moved by these words. He actually exchanged a jelly maker with a tree branch. Is this what a cultured person does, being so open-minded and indifferent? Finally, Kai spoke out about his inner thoughts. "I want to ask Nathan for some advice." Madison is extremely worried now, as Nathan has always been tight-lipped about cultivation. The master sees this move as risky. I wonder how Nathan will respond. He ended up agreeing right away. Nathan sat down next to a lute, and coincidentally, I hadn't communicated with anyone about lute skills for a long time. Just when Madison thought she had been rejected, Kai, excited, was truly a lute Tao disciple Nathan recognized. Blessings. At this moment, Nathan asked Kai to play a song first as he listened on the side. When Kai approached the lute, he was shocked by this lute all at once. He felt his own divine heart lute was actually self-deprecating. It's like someone boasting about being a beauty on a one-way street. One day she will enter the city. She saw the truly stunning beauty that could overthrow a nation. Her former confidence and pride were completely shattered. Compared with the divine heart lute, how is Nathan's lute? When Kai just plucked the strings of the lute, he unexpectedly spurted out another mouthful of old blood. It was unknown how many times he had spit blood already. Kai kept saying that he was fine, just that this lute had a high level, so playing it required some mental effort. After adjusting his state, Kai began to play. Listening to Kai's playing, Nathan secretly thought that it was indeed pretty good. If the system were to evaluate it, he should be able to achieve at least an 8th grade level, right? At this moment, he recalled the days when he used to practice the lute. He had worked painstakingly hard, and finally managed to pass the 10th grade level examination. He was informed by the system that this was just the beginner level for novices. Those days were simply unbearable to look back on. Kai asked Nathan how he was. Nathan replied that everything is revealed in silence. Let's communicate through the sound of the lute. In the eager anticipation of the two people, Nathan began his performance. Just then, as Nathan plucked a string on the lute, a huge shockwave was created, almost blowing the two people away. Immediately following the shock of the two, a huge, incomparable door appeared behind Nathan, slowly opening. Could this be the legendary Tao realm? Listening to the sound of lute, the two seemed to be in the midst of a battlefield. Kai realized that this Tao realm is a battle, only to see a person transformed by a Taoist aura pull out a gun and charge towards Kai. He pierced directly through Kai. At the same time, he also experienced what the Tao realm is. He immediately found that his divine sense had returned to reality. Shortly after, he found that all the plants behind him were uprooted one by one. He was horrified to find that the creatures in the courtyard had actually cultivated to such a level. At this moment, the sound of the battle zither being played unraveled everything, revealing their true forms. Any random demon in this courtyard would be able to defeat the Silver Moon Demon King in an instant. Kai finally understands at this moment that it is not that Nathan does not want to comment. It's because his own musical skills are too poor to bother commenting. Kai is now irresistibly drawn by this music. Nathan is truly superior. For generations, I have cultivated for 3,000 years just for the fate of meeting him. After a long time, the music stopped. Nathan hesitantly asked how he played. Both of them were already so shocked that they couldn't speak, but instead, they envied the creatures in the courtyard for being able to hear such beautiful music every day. Finally, Kai regained his senses, bowed to Nathan, and said, "Please enlighten me, Nathan. I have greatly benefited from your teachings. May I ask for the name of this piece?" Nathan only said. The tin-face doctrine. He then said, as a return gift for the jelly machine, I will write down the music score and give it to you next time. Upon hearing this, Kai was so excited that tears streamed down his face, exclaiming, 3,000 years! My life has not been in vain. Inside the Lingyun Immortal Pavilion, the sect leader of the secluded cultivation, who has been in seclusion for a long time, is finally coming out of seclusion. At a critical moment, Divine Maiden Ivy is gathering everyone to channel their magical power together to assist her father. Just then, a huge apparition appeared in midair. The giant figure sucked in all the chi in the air with one gulp. Immediately after, a strong gust of wind surged open. When the smoke cleared, a figure slowly emerged. Just as Ivy thought she had succeeded, she saw a burst of black aura emanating from that person's body. Ivy, I have reached a critical moment in cultivation breakthrough. If I fail, I will be backlashed. The consequences would be unthinkable. Go fetch the 9-curved spirit ginseng from the top level of the treasure trove. Whether I can succeed in the cultivation breakthrough depends on this crucial moment. Ivy's whole body split apart instantly upon hearing these words. Then she hesitantly said, I gave away the 9-curved spirit ginseng. No problem. Then you go get the rainbow veil herb. I gave that away too. He was completely upset when he heard this. When he learned that all the top-quality spirit medicines had been given away. Sect leader Osman was directly infuriated to the point of spraying blood wildly. He thudded to the ground and fell flat on his face. Alas, what a misfortune! What a misfortune! So many top-grade spirit medicines. How could you bear to give them all away? Little did she know, Ivy's face turned pink as she praised Nathan non-stop. After hearing that, Osman felt completely uneasy. She has been deceived. Her money is probably gone, but it seems like Ivy, this young woman, will have a hard time protecting her reputation as well. He is grieved and indignant. Immediately, he dismissed all his disciples. He prepared to take time to adjust his breathing before going to dismember the man who harmed his daughter. At this moment, Ivy suddenly remembered the tea leaves Nathan had given to her. Maybe it could help her father. When Osman saw that he only received a bag of tea in exchange for 16 top-grade spirit medicines, he felt heartbroken once again when he saw how his clever daughter, who had been so intelligent since childhood, ended up with such a scumbag and became like this. When Ivy opened the bag of tea leaves, a strong golden light burst out from the tea leaves. In just a moment, all the evil energy on him was completely dispelled. The next second, the sect leader unexpectedly transformed into a middle-aged handsome man. When he drank the tea that his daughter had brewed for him, he unexpectedly had a cultivation breakthrough in an instant. He kept exclaiming how the tea leaves were truly valuable. Sure enough, it's my Ivy. She unexpectedly brought back such a treasure. What a fortuitous encounter. He suddenly exclaimed, Where is she? When will she bring her to see me? She obviously thought her father misunderstood something. So she explained the whole situation to her father, step by step. The story goes that the little six-tailed fox finally escaped to Nathan's place, and finally found Nova and rushed into her arms. By this time, she had grown into a 7-tailed fox. She was crying and telling her sister about being chased and hunted. Did you manage to escape later, perhaps with someone's help? 7-Tail was astonished. Sister, you are truly resourceful. How did you know all this? It's not that I am resourceful. Look, what is that? Following Nova's direction, it turned out to be a great eagle mounted on a rack. 7-Tail was so shocked that his face contorted instantly. She excitedly asked, Sister, Silver Moon Demon King is dead? Yeah, he is dead beyond dead, she replied. Not only was its fur plucked from the body, but it was also cleaned thoroughly. They said it was first salted for a day. Watching the still shocked 7-Tail Nova, he continued, He must have foreseen that you were in danger, so he sent someone to rescue you on purpose. Everything was not a coincidence, but all under his control. When the time comes, I'll see if there is a chance to leave a portion for you. His things are very beneficial to your cultivation achievement. Also, I have an idea. Seven-Tail Nova asked curiously. What idea? He hinted that I should turn you into human form to serve him with me. But I haven't confirmed if I misunderstood his intentions. I'm afraid that bringing you back abruptly might be inappropriate. Recently, the group of monsters has been leaderless and causing chaos everywhere. I want you to go and become the new Demon King to govern the group of monsters and create a good hunting environment for them. Once you have accomplished something, and I have ascertained his intentions, I will bring you back to the courtyard to serve him. Seven-Tail, I don't even know where to begin criticizing your ideas. And then I saw her covering her head in fear, screaming, I refuse to be the Demon King. When Nova saw how timid she was, you're almost Seven-Tail's spiritual fox. With the strength to be the Demon King, you just lack courage. Those lesser demons are afraid of you without the Silver Moon Demon King backing them up. Why doesn't Sister become the Demon King? Unexpectedly, Nova blushed and said, I am kept by salary. Without his permission, it's not proper to show myself outside. Seven-Tail was speechless in an instant. The scene shifted, and Ivy arrived at Nathan's yard with her father. At the entrance, Ivy repeatedly reminded her father to remember Nathan's taboos. The two of them entered Nathan's living room and exchanged pleasantries for a while. Osmond directly inquired about Nathan's household registration. Do you know where Nathan apprenticed? How many people are there in his family? Until which stage has he cultivated? How is his salary? Is he married? This suddenly made Ivy very shy. She directly stepped on her father's foot, causing him to spit out a mouthful of blood due to the pain. Nathan then invited both of them to stay for lunch together, saying that he had just made some chicken soup. After seeing Nathan leave, Ivy suddenly exploded. Are you trying to die? After some explanation from her father, Ivy suddenly felt that her father also made some sense. At this time, Sage has gone to light the fire to cook rice. Do you know what we should do now? Nathan, who was cooking in the kitchen, saw the father and daughter walk in and exclaimed excitedly, We can't just sit back and relax. I'm planning to help Nathan cook together. So Osmond was left with the glorious yet challenging task of chopping wood. However, he was already exhausted after chopping only a few pieces of wood. Nathan couldn't believe how tired he became after chopping a few pieces of wood. He suggested to Osmond not to push himself too hard. Osmond, however, insisted that he was fine. Other than the firewood I'm splitting actually being spirit wood, and the axe for chopping wood being a demonic sword. Everything is quite reasonable, there is nothing abnormal. And now, this demon-fall sword unexpectedly has lost all its demonic nature. It even has a hint of holy aura now. While this spirit wood may seem no different from ordinary firewood. But every time I chop, I need to use up to 80% of my strength. Every chop causes violent tremors in the pathways of my spiritual energy. I can't believe I have become a man who chops spirit wood so extravagantly. When Nathan's chicken soup arrived, Osmond jumped up in shock. Is this the Silver Moon Demon King stewed in this broth? Nathan sees Osmond getting tired after chopping wood for a while, so he asks him to drink more. Bird's nest soup is very nutritious. Osmond couldn't stand this at all. He didn't even do a simple task like chopping wood well. We have to figure out a way to salvage the situation, otherwise, our encounter with Nathan in fortuitous encounter might be ruined. He was immediately drawn to the eagle soup in front of him the next second. He looked at the bowl of eagle soup in his hand. Osmond could no longer control himself. He gulped it down in one go. He finished it all in one breath. He gave Nathan a big thumbs up. At this moment, he suddenly remembered the gift he had prepared for Nathan. Nathan was ecstatic when he heard there was a gift. Is it another fascinating and magical artifact? This is the Preacher's relic passed down through generations in our Lingyun Immortal Pavilion, recording all the insights of Pavilion Master's cultivation. Wow, a crystal ball? Just then, Shar emitted a burst of light. Then a huge projector appeared before his eyes, displaying the lecture hall program. Nathan was stunned at the sight of this projector. Then he asked, "Is this a television?" Osmond was taken aback at the question. "What's a television?" "It is a special product of my hometown, a square box that can play many programs. I can see what's happening all around the world from the comfort of my own home. Speaking of which, I used to really enjoy watching Cultivation TV dramas." Father and daughter both suddenly felt overwhelmed, as the amount of information was too much for them to process at once. But they both believed that Nathan's hometown was the immortal realm, and the TV set must be a much higher level immortal artifact compared to the preacher's relic. He wanted to perform well, and make up for the mistake of chopping firewood. He didn't expect that even pulling out the preacher's relic couldn't move Nathan's heart. Thinking about this, he felt even worse. At this moment, Nathan took Char in his hand and said, "This looks so beautiful, and you can even carry it with you." Just how come the program is the same as online courses? Can't the content be changed? Little did he know that this idea had just come to mind. The projection just showed that the memory has been cleared. Please input a new image. Osmond collapsed all of a sudden. Is the 1,000-year heritage of Mylingune Immortal Pavilion gone just like that? At this time, Nathan asked how to input new images. After learning how to input new images, Nathan looked at Char with a lecherous smile on his face. But he immediately had a second thought. He originally wanted to try projecting some welfare scenes, but he decided against it. He didn't want to scare them. So he recorded the images of Journey to the West into Char. Saw the extremely shocking images. Both the father and daughter were stunned. Is this the ancient immortal realm? They didn't expect to catch a glimpse of the immortal realm. Fortuitous encounter. What a huge fortuitous encounter. Nathan even thanked the two of them, saying he loved it too much. The father and daughter finally salvaged some face this time. After saying that, he began to tidy up the dining table and asked the two of them to take a rest for a while. Watching Nathan walk away with the soup, Osmond asked, "Are you taking this soup?" Nathan replied directly, "I'm planning to dump it." Upon hearing that it was going to be dumped, both of them were surprised. This eagle is just too big. It can't be finished anyway, and if it's left for too long, it won't be fresh. They could only pour it out. Nova Blackie, they have all had enough to drink. This weather is too hot to handle. If only there was a refrigerator. Osmond immediately began to stutter and hesitated, saying, Nathan said, "If you don't want this soup, may I have it packed to go?" When the father and daughter returned to the sect, the elder suddenly rushed up excitedly, saying that there was an important matter to report. It turns out that a high-level secret realm appeared in the west. At this moment, Osmond said, "I have packed some food for you to take away. How about eating and talking at the same time?" Now is not the time to eat. Just listen to Elder rambling on about how great the secret realm is. Fortuitous encounter is so big, many people have already rushed over there. After speaking, he took out the magic treasure and dry rations that had been prepared earlier and urged the sect leader to hurry. Osmond directly said, "I'm not going." The elder was shocked for a moment. "Are you kidding me?" At this moment, Osmond said, "I brought back a treasure for you all." Elder exclaimed as soon as he saw the packaging box, saying, "This is indeed a treasure." Osmond grinned and showed off the treasure he brought back, saying that this box is indeed a treasure too. But I want you guys to take a look at the soup inside. Compared to that secret realm, this soup can truly be called a fortuitous encounter. Looking at the various spiritual herbs in the soup, the three of them were almost stunned. This isn't called a fortuitous encounter. This is called luxury, isn't it? Only saw Elder directly pour the soup into his own mouth, which made the other two elders cry in distress.